What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and it is another Drew Estate Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday, powered by Monster Energy Rehab. I am in my car, mainly for dramatic effect. I could have done this video in the lounge, but this video is about my car. It's about everybody's car. So a note popped up in my phone about 2 weeks ago, reminding me to do the video this year. Of whether your car heats up faster when you're driving or when you pre-start it with your remote start, or with me, I pre-start it with my phone. I'm driving a GMC Acadia. So I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken, that my company, I think it was the Firestone side. We're owned by Bridgestone Firestone, Tires Plus. I think it was the Firestone side that said you should get in your car and drive away, and your car will heat up faster. It's better for your car, whatever. I'm here to tell you my company was wrong. Maybe on an engineering level, there's some validity to that claim. So I decided to do a couple of tests. Been waiting for, I set my notes in my phone calendar. I knew this would be like the chilly time of the year. Like, it's January, whatever, first week of January. It's 64 degrees out right now, so a little chilly for us, but not too bad. I'll throw on a hoodie throughout my day. I know people are laughing at us, but there have been a few mornings over the last a few weeks where it has been in the 50s. I know, don't laugh, but for us, that's cold, really cold. Frost on, not frost, kind of windows a little hazy. You can't see them. So I decided to bring my scanner home and then do a couple tests throughout the last couple weeks, with and without, pre-starting my car. So first, letting your car run. So when I believe all cars, it's about the 10-minute max. If you pre-start it or remote start it, it will only run for 10 minutes and then it will shut off. Mine, I can do something with the app or the key fob, and it'll go for an additional 10 minutes, but I never do that. Most of the time we do that in the summertime when it is scorching hot. I have all black interior. It gets a little bit warm in here. So, but I appreciate it most in the wintertime. So yes, you can let your vehicle run for 10 minutes. Now, how cold is too cold to let your vehicle run just idling? I don't think there is a thing. I'm a firm believer, if you drive a vehicle any newer, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 2000. You're probably safe. Maybe 2005, 2008, I don't know, but you can let your vehicle run forever. An hour, a day, a week. You're not going to experience any negligible engine damage difference by letting your vehicle just idle. Places where it gets 0 degrees, if you let it idle for long, can you do any damage? I don't know. I'm a technician. I'm going to say no. Maybe the engineers know more than I do, but looking at where they put parts on cars, I would say they probably don't. But with that being said, I got it on a couple chilly mornings, got in my car, started it up, and started to drive to work. And other mornings, I let it preheat. And with my scanner, I came out, put my scanner in, powered it up, and then let it preheat. So figuring out how quickly my vehicle can get to its operating temperature of about 210 degrees. Sitting here driving, or sitting here in the idling in the driveway, when I came out after that 10 minutes, or right at that 10-minute mark, looked at my scanner, it was at that 210 operating temperature. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know whether it was 7 minutes, 8 minutes. All I can tell you is at 10 minutes, I got in here, vehicle's at operating temperature, my seat warmers were on, the heat was on, and it was comfortable. It was nice. I was just nice and cozy, and I could start my trip to work. With my scanner on, just getting in and driving it, it was about the 6-minute mark of driving, and before the temperature got up to its operating temperature. The heat started blowing really hot. My seat warmers started really kicking in, and I was comfortable. So here's where I'm going with this. So in theory, it could be about the same time. Like I said, I don't know, but that's not what this video is really about. It's not about how long it takes. And of course, my fuel level's low. I'm gonna stop and get gas now. But so it's not really about how long it takes to heat up a car, whether you're doing more damage to your motor by letting it idle. It's not about like what the studies show. Oh, by letting it idle for 10 minutes, you're putting so much more CO2 into the atmosphere. It's not this and this. It's about being safe, and it's being safe on the roads. Here's what I found. When I got into it, I got in my vehicle, started it up, seatbelt on, so maybe 30 seconds later, put it in drive, put my defroster on because it's a little hazy all the way around here, wipers on to try and wipe that off. I was miserable for like those 6, 7, and even longer than that. It's because heaters come on and takes time thawing out. So I'm going to say I was miserable for about 10 minutes. For about 6 to 7 minutes of those 10 minutes, I would say that I was a little bit more of a danger on the roads than when my vehicle was already preheated, because I was miserable. I was cold. I was shaking, just trying to drive, and you're cold. You're not concentrating as much, and I really felt like I was a little bit of a danger on the roads. Like if something would have happened, like my reflexes, my senses weren't at the top of their game, as when came out after 10 minutes, preheated, everything was nice, I was comfy, got my seatbelt on, leisurely pulled out of the driveway, and it's like, oh man, this is nice. I could see what's going on. I wasn't thinking about whether I was going to freeze to death before I got to work. So to me, that outweighs anything on the other end of the spectrum of, let's just throw out that engine thing. In a 10-minute, you're not doing anything. I'm throwing that out there right now. I think it's the carbon emissions. I think it's the tailpipe emissions is what, these studies were looking at or trying to get at. We want to reduce. If we can get 1 million people to stop preheating their cars for 10 minutes, how much more emissions can we keep out of the atmosphere? But out of those 1 million people, if someone is so cold they accidentally run a stop sign, maybe they didn't hit anybody, but there's that potential. Where do the costs outweigh the benefits? So I'm going to throw this out there right now. Below zero, I don't know, on an engine, that's really, really cold for an engine just to sit there and run. I mean, you should never get in a car and just drive it away, ever. When it's that cold out, when it's 0 degrees out, you should give it a good 30 seconds to a minute anyways, which I'm assuming you people do with the snow. I mean, do you start it and then you're scraping your windshield and doing all that bullshit things you got to do? Florida's free to live in, right? Like you don't have to pay an entry fee. You can come here and just live. I mean, it's not like you have to fill out a visa or something. Y'all can move away from the snow into the sunshine. So that's my tech tip for today. Pre-start your car, get it nice and warm, get it toasty, so when you're sitting into it, you're ready to drive. You're not a danger to society. You're not a danger on the road. You're ready to drive, and that's the way it should be. And remember, I only got a few seconds left. Make sure your AC is working. I don't know, and when it's super cold out, your AC is not going to come on anyways, but your defroster needs the AC system to be working optimally for the defroster system to work. So head over to your local Tires Plus Firestone, Tires Plus Firestone. Hibden Tires Plus, complete auto care, wheel works if you're out west.